Make sure everything's on. All right, y'all. So we're about to get into this reaction. What am I looking at? Okay, here we go. No. Content. We're about to get into this reaction right here, man. It's Untold Stories of YMD LLA. And should be good. Should be good, y'all. So come on in. Come on in. I'm gonna react to this real quick because I got some studying to do. I'm gonna get this out the way real quick because I got some studying to do, y'all. So come on in, man, so we can take a look on this and give our opinion about it. I didn't do it yesterday because I had a headache for like 24 hours, so I wasn't able to do nothing, y'all. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get into it today, though. We're about to get into it. I want more people in here, man, so I can start it on up. Excellent collection. Excellent collection. Not collection, but connection. Yes, Sirski. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed. I got some studying to do, but I'm gonna get this out the way because it's been on here for like what she posted this what day before yesterday or yesterday or something like that. I got to get this out the way. Got to get this out the way, because I got some studying to do. I'm gonna be studying for like a couple hours. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get the spillway rolling. Get the spillway rolling. Anyways, man, we're about to get into it. Y'all just catch up. Just catch up when y'all can.
See, when I drive Lee back, it was like on some cool, peaceful shit. Like,
Want to skyrocket
Really?
your YouTube channel's
Really?
growth? Sprizzy makes it simple. In just 3 steps, you can reach
see, when I drive Lee back, it was like on some cool, peaceful shit. Like, okay, but since you want to keep talking,
you make Diddy look like an angel.
I held this shit in, man. Everybody know I don't be on this type of time.
He did. You know why? Because Diddy got exposed the way he did, but you haven't got exposed for everything you did.
I was on the phone with me and 2 other friends, and one of the friends thought maybe you had been beat on the inside of the house. To have her cooking in the house, making it like this is his assistant, but I saw everything going.
Really try for y'all, you know?
Give me your hand. It might have guns or something like that. Nobody knows that. Okay.
I miss who I used to be. Why would you put a gun out on me, whether the gun was loaded or not? He started cheating the moment I got pregnant with CJ.
Oh,
That's
wow.
where
Bam! Everything coming into fruition.
the cheat started from. Cheers to being able to stay stronger. It's stronger than ever, really.
Okay, I'll cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Uh-oh.
Girl.
How you been, Kat?
Doing too much, traveling, all those things.
I know you just went to Africa. I seen that. Look at you.
I did. I was eating all the food.
Can't go to Africa. Y'all got to take too many shots just to go there. Boy, I'd be so scared to get stuck that many times. No.
You be a fat cat.
I was being fat.
What you ate over there?
A goosey.
What is that?
I don't know what it is in there, but goat meat. I had goat meat, girl. And then I had a bunch of other stuff that was good.
Yeah.
And then by time maybe like a day and a half, after that, I was ready to eat my own type of food, like top ramen.
You didn't come back over
steak.
here. Yeah. That was not for too long.
And the crazy thing is that all of the food is made fresh. So I'm not used to that. We used to
processed foods and added starches and salts and chemicals and all this other stuff. Over there, they kill it. Boom! And, bow and arrow your ass and put it on some hot fire. You know what I mean? We need some more seasoning, but, hey, you get it.
to processed food and stuff
Processed
like that.
foods. I've never seen this before.
Yeah, but I'm glad you came over so we could talk and I
So
could
let's
just see
talk about-
how everything is going, but you know how I am, girl. Up in my house, before we talk about that, we got to pray.
Yes.
We got to pray. So come on, give me your hand. Okay, God, I thank
Hold
you
on.
for this day, God. I thank you for who you are to us, God. I thank you
Bow your
for
head.
my friend Carmen, and thank you for protecting her. I thank you for watching over her, God. I thank you for all of the precious moments that we have together, God. I thank you for her kids, for her just being able to live her life, God. And God, I thank you for blessing me to be exactly who I'm supposed to be every day, all day, God. Because sometimes we can go around things and people and we can change. And I thank you, God, for putting me in a position to always be firm on who I am, God. I ask that you today, no matter what happens, that we still stand firm on your word and your promise, God. And we just thank you and bless us to be open with each other and loving and kind and helping with each other, God. In your name, Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Okay,
Amen.
sis. Amen,
That felt
girl.
good.
You remember when
Hey, in church, my grandma, my daddy, everybody, my mama, all prayer is good prayer. Amen.
I came to your house, girl, when you was going through a lot of stuff, and I barged in and I said I came to pray.
Yeah, you literally came that day just to deliver a message and left.
And
I remember.
I said, oh, the windows was open, and you remember it was like shattering, like.
Yeah.
And then when we got to the point where we got into the like real deep prayer, remember it just stopped.
Yeah,
And it was like God just stopped everything.
and it felt so different that day.
It did.
It felt so different than the other times that you ever prayed with me or even
Yeah.
said anything to me about God. That day was just like, damn.
It was
You
like
did.
weird because I remember Ebony was telling me that
Took us a while to find this winner. I'm looking for Sonia. No way. Is that you?
because I wasn't thinking about it at first. Like Ebony was like, Carmen been going through a lot. I get busy into my work and everything. So when she said you was going through a lot, it was like it just hit my spirit. And I remember we was doing some work, right? And then I was on my way home, and I was like, well, I'll go over there like another day to pray. And girl, like my body would not drive. Like I drove home, and like my arms like did the reverse, and I reversed back out of my driveway and like drove to your house. It was like the Holy Spirit had took over my body and was like, nah.
Hey, that happens, y'all. That can really happen. I'm telling you. Hey, hey, with chills and all, that happens. I'm trying to tell you that
Girl,
happens.
you got to drive over
You
there.
told me,
Oh,
came
I'm
all
all
the way
into it.
home.
Wait a minute.
and
Came
just
all the way
around.
home, made a U-turn, went to your house, and got out. And I didn't call you and tell you I was calling. I knocked on the door and I said, "Girl, I came to pray."
Yeah.
Like, and you was like, "Okay," and I just hugged you, and you just started crying because you like this little on me. So I
You're not that
was
tall.
I'm tall. I'm like 6 foot, bro.
No, you're not.
I'm 6 foot. Don't nobody better never tell me I'm not tall. Like,
If you tall, you tall. If you say you tall, you tall. Then so people meet you in real life.
yeah. Oh, hold up. They better not tell me either because I'm going to have a problem with that. I know, but then I remember that day, like, I was like thanking God that whatever was going on, I remember that it was deep. And I remember you sending me a message saying, like, that changed whatever decision you was about to make.
Yeah. It did.
Girl, you about to make me cry.
No, because it did. Because I felt like before you came to my house that day, I was already like going into a different path anyways because of so much that had happened. But then when you came and you left, I felt like that left with you when you left. You know what I mean? And then it just made me rethink. And then that's when I started just digging into myself like, okay, how you want to do this now? Like how you want to move forward? And I felt like I was moving with no next steps.
Yeah.
You know? And then after that, it was like, okay, now I got my steps right. Like I need to just do what I have to do. Like even though I know it's gonna be poor decisions, I know I was gonna regret a lot of stuff, but at the same time, it's like I just have to go through it to be able to really like let go of things that I haven't let go of. You know?
Yeah.
So after that, that's where everything just changed. Like it shifted.
It sure did try to follow me home because I was like, hold up, why am I having dreams of like, and this is why I tell people you got to be very prayerful about what you go around, who you go around, because spirits are serious. And
Hey.
vibes, people call it vibes. I call it spirits.
Hey.
But like, it's very strong because I think that it just felt like depression.
Yeah.
It
It's so
felt like
dark.
suicidal.
Yeah.
It felt like, you know, any day like you could give up, and it was just like God was like, no, this is my child.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And from that point on, like even the next day when I saw you on, like a couple days later, I saw you on
The
Access
nail
the
salon?
nail salon, and your hair was cut, and I was just like, what?
Oh, right. I cut my hair after.
Yes, you cut your, like you changed it to a whole different person.
Yeah, I did.
And I was like, and you know what? This whole situation that's happening now reminds me of that situation, like another level of like you evolving.
Yeah.
Like with everything that's been going on with the song and with the just everything, with you just putting your story out there, like just give me like some insight, because this is like crazy. I never thought I was gonna see this day.
You know what's crazy? Like, remember when the breakup first happened, and we was going back and forth about, no, Carmen, you need to say this, you need to just let the truth out.
Yeah.
But I always kept in my mind, like, I feel like the right time was gonna come for me to do that. You know, and I feel like during that time, I didn't want to do it because with people telling me, or just to prove a point, or or hurt somebody else back, you know, like it wasn't that. But
oh yeah, you was adamant about not doing that.
you know, and because it was more stuff like, damn, I had to like protect my kids somehow, some way, because when they grow up, they're gonna see all these BS they go on social media, you know. But then going back into that space with that person, it made me realize, like, yeah, like you really not here no more. Like, this is not for you. It can't even be no another chance later in life. Like, it can't be that, because the person not changed, not one bit to be a man.
How did that feel? Like, okay, let me give you an example. Like, I know when I go back to things I know I'm not supposed to go back to, it don't feel good. Like, even when you try to make it fit, like you have things that you go back to that you know you're supposed to go back to, and then you have things that you go back to and you're
you not
like,
supposed to.
how did that?
It was so ugly and dark, because like being around him makes me smoke more. Like I smoke way more. Mind
and
you,
you didn't used to smoke or drink at all.
And after I had my baby, Katie,
Yeah.
that's where the smoking came from. That's where all the drinking and party and all that came from. Think about it. This is the person that wanted females around, parties, pool parties, club hostings, and you know, trying to chase a different lifestyle. What I was supposed to do, you know, like, shoot, I mean, this is my husband, you know, this is our marriage, like, okay.
And it's like, if you single and you want to do that, that's fine. But in a marriage, it gotta be like both of y'all agreeing. And I think at some point, like, it was like, if you didn't agree, it was gonna happen regardless. And let me say this, I'm not gonna say I think, but do you think that the smoking, the drinking, all that was like your coping mechanism?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely was. Because at some point, like, I caught myself smoking more than I ever did.
Tell you what, hey, that don't gotta be your mechanism now. Try going fishing with somebody that know how to go fishing. What that changed your life. Hey, I'm trying to tell you that changed your life.
Like, and that's why he felt the need to come out and say, oh, all she want to do is get high and get drunk and all that. But
he used that against you.
Yeah, but never understood, well, what making her do this? Because she never was like this. So what make her do it? Like, when he made me, I never smoked or drink. So it was more stuff like, damn, when I smoke, like, I'm just numb. Like, I'm not thinking. Like, it helps me calm my mind. It helps me get out of any thoughts that I'm possibly having. You know, I just go to, like, oh, breathe in and breathe out when I do smoke. And drinking just brought the ugly side out of me. You know, like, where it caused so much shit that happened between us, where police was called on me, I had to leave the house and other stuff, and it was just like,
oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So many times.
I ain't gonna lie.
So many times.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, okay, you don't know this. You don't know this. You don't know this. I'm about to lay it on you right now. Nobody knows that. Okay. I don't want to involve other people, but if the other people were here, I would involve their names too. But we were on the phone. I was on the phone with me and two other friends. And one of the friends thought maybe you had been beat on the inside of the house. And I made the green light call to send the police over there.
That was you?
Yes.
It was a police officer who came to the house to do a well check-in on me.
Yeah, this is called a wellness check-in. So I'm very well like with police officers, lawyers, so on and so forth. So I called one of my police officer friends and
So that's that video when Corey was at the house and he was like, she called the police on me. Carmen didn't do that then. She to do a wellness check. That's a good friend. Keep friends like that behind you. I'm telling you, riding your coattail. You have to keep friends like that around. That's a good friend. They love you. I'm telling you.
for a favor, and I said that the person might have guns or something like that. They're not harmful. There's no harm like that's gonna be towards you. That's why I did it that way. That's why I didn't do it through like a 911 call, because then that is something I wouldn't been able to control.
Right.
So I did call a friend of mine that I knew was gonna be safe, and I knew that they understood the situation and they wouldn't go in there like, what's going on in here? Like he said, I made sure to tell them like, be kind when you get on set. We just want to make sure she's okay, because you wasn't answering the phone. I think for 3 days, you didn't answer the phone.
If I'm not mistaken, he had took my phone during that time, because he literally left me a whole day with no phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was during that time when you was looking for me.
Yeah.
My friend was looking for me. They were just calling me, and then you know how you have certain people they know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I paused the video in between on stuff I want to speak on because this is called a reaction video. You know what I mean? My is why would you take somebody else? She's grown as hell. Why would you take her phone? Are we in high school or middle school right now? Who are you to take somebody else's phone? That's crazy, bro. That's what I call weird.
Like, okay, this is not normal.
Yeah.
Let me really just check or see like what's going on.
Yeah, it wasn't normal. And like I said, I personally didn't know at that moment that you had been going through abusive situations. I didn't know. And it was the friend that passed away. Tay.
She
Tay,
took a lot of stuff to the grave with her.
She did. Tay was the one that called and said that there's something wrong. And it was actually me as well, and me and Ebony.
So this whole time.
Yes. Like, we be protecting you and you don't even be knowing. We were like, shh, she don't gotta know it's us.
Yeah.
Like, for real, girl. Like, it be so funny. Like,
I told Evan, I think Tay was the one who called the police and sent the police home.
no, so Tay said she was gonna go up there. We're like, girl, you don't go up there with no man that could
she's
possibly
pregnant.
be on you, or that could possibly, and we're not saying that he was gonna do that, but you just don't know where people's mindsets are. So being that she was pregnant, we like, no. So me and Ebony came through like big sis do. Like, you know what? Boom. Ebony's like, I'm gonna call 911. I was like, nah, we're gonna call the friend. And Ebony's like, yeah, let's do it. We got on the phone with the man, and we was like, listen, just make sure that we wanted to make sure he handled both of y'all with care, not just you. We didn't just say, just treat Carmen. We just said, what we think might be happening. And he actually called back, and he was like, oh no, she looked like she was okay, and they looked like they was together, and da-da-da-da. And the mama came out, and I was like, nah, that's a front. I was like, that's a front. And it was crazy because I remember 2 days later, you were thinking that, oh, somebody called the police. You was like, oh no, but y'all had just got into it, but y'all didn't tell the police officer that.
Exactly, we didn't, because that's why he ended up taking my phone, because we had got into an argument like real bad, and then that's when he took my phone, left, and then that's when people were just like trying to reach out to me. And I'm the type of person that, like, if I just went through something, my last thing that I'm thinking about is texting somebody or want to get on the phone with somebody, so I kind of disconnect, which is kind of a bad thing sometimes, but I just disconnect where
It's a real bad
I'm gonna
thing.
come back into, okay, now I'm good to talk, or I'm good to text,
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what made Tay realize like something wasn't normal, because I never do that with her like that, like when she texts, I would reply like late or something, but I'm replying. So me not replying, it was instantly like, something is wrong.
And I wouldn't normally, I've never called the police to go to nobody's house before, but I was not battling about, there was nothing inside of me that was like, should I or shouldn't? No, if I think my friend is hurt, like, I'm gonna go to the extreme. Like, when you love somebody, the way that you love a sister, a mother, a family, a friend, or whoever, like you don't second guess on stuff like that. Like I was just like, nah, I'm getting involved. Like it might not be me directly, but you know, in the right way, you know. And I never understood, like, you know, how people could sit back and know that those things are happening and not do nothing about it. So I was proud of us in that moment as, you know, people that rally around you to support you. But what was crazier was like how almost 3-4 days later you was at my house at 1 o'clock in the morning with the kids and your mama.
Yeah.
That was crazy to me.
Because
and you know, I never said nothing about it to nobody.
Yeah, because to this day, I would still think that Tay was the one who called the police.
No.
Because I remember telling Evan, and I had to explain the situation. I was like, girl, yeah, police officer came to my house. They were specifically checking on me. Like, they said that my friend was worried. They made a phone call to come check. And I was like, she asked me, she said, who you think you did it? I said, he had to be Tay. No. Like, that's the person that, like, after the police left and stuff, I'm talking to her about what just happened with me and Corey, what we're going through, all that. So her response and stuff was more like, yeah, man, like, you just gotta be careful. Like, you gotta let me know, So that's what instantly made me feel like, okay, I feel like she was capable of doing something like that. So
yeah, and none of us was gonna break that pact. None of us.
Yeah, I did it.
Was like, nobody tell, because if we ever got a call again, we don't want. Because it's like when people are in abusive situations, they don't want people to help them, really.
Yeah.
They don't want people to tell them nothing. They in their mind mentally, they think it's okay what they're going through. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You get lost to the point where you just start accepting it, like.
So how did you feel like you was doing as far as like you dealing with the whole entire situation? Because I know you just came out with everything the other day, and I'm still, you know, on the inside. I mean, I cried already for your story, like when I heard some of the things, and I was like, man, it's like I had an exhale moment too, because I still knew so many things. And it's like, imagine you knowing so many things. And I'm you know, I'm not a public figure the way you are, but people come to my DM right and left trying to get information on you. Mm-hmm. And me, Ebony, Floyd, nobody you've ever worked with, like, on our team, and then even people that are like family, like me and Ebony, like, we know the deeper details. We've never told anybody anything, and never had no desire to. Like, I feel like some of the things God erased out of our minds on purpose.
Oh, nothing works on this acne. Hi, who? I'm a licensed dermatology provider from...
Because some of the things, when I listened to it, I was like, wow, that did happen. Like, so how you feel, like, being that you kind of let it, you kind of just let it out to everybody. Yeah.
You know, we need a drink, because now you asked me a question too deep.
Was it?
You wasn't deep here. You know how to open this.
Wait, do I like, hold up, let me, so like.
How we have a luxury
What
drink?
made you say, can I have a drink, to the fact that, you know, you got people on your side that ain't, I feel like this finna pop all the way up. Is this finna pop?
I don't think this.
Okay, I'm just gonna, okay, Jesus, I don't know. Let me make sure ain't no suds up in here, cause hold up.
What do we do, Pop?
Hold up, I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna do it like this, up in the sky. Oh, you know what you gotta do? You gotta actually shake it for it to pop.
Oh, so don't shake it then.
I ain't shaking it. This better not make my. Is this gonna?
Just do it. I don't know what's it gonna do. Just do
I'm not gonna lose a finger or nothing, right?
No.
Oh my God, what's gonna happen? Oh.
Kind of scared me, I'm not gonna lie.
Scared.
That kind of scared me.
We're gonna toast to you having real people on your side, and not saying that you never had. I just can toast to me and my people, man. Yeah. Me, Floyd, you know, you have so many people that rally around you, that protect you, and that watch over you. And I don't believe it's just the people. I believe that God sent those people there.
No, definitely.
Honestly.
Yeah. I feel like the people that's in my life, you, Floyd, Ebony, well, Tech's not here no more, but now I have my other friend in Florida that she's pregnant. I feel like she's playing Tay role now.
Let's cheers.
So, cheers. To just
what are we gonna say cheers to?
Cheers to being able to stand stronger. It's stronger than ever, really.
Okay, I'll cheers to that.
Yeah. Cheers to that. That's what we needed right there.
You can't have none.
Is that a dog or a horse? What kind of dog is that? Thing stand just sitting on the couch is taller than her. Sit.
You better sit down.
It's the fact that they sitting here like they so trained. They know what to do. Like, if I'm being honest with you, like, I do feel better.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I had to realize myself that, like, going back into that space, like, mind you, I never really knew, like, okay, are we gonna be back into that space like that, or is it really, like, just, you know, it was still, like, questions in the back of your mind, like, okay, what if we were to work out? What if we talk? Like, how it is gonna work out? Like, what is really there for us? You know what I mean? So going back into that space and just looking, it was just like so much hate inside of me. You know what I mean? And I feel like
You think that hate transferred from him to you?
No, I don't. Because if he do hate me, then all that
No, not that he hate you.
Me, that I hate him?
No. Do you know some people could just have anger and hate on the inside of them, and then the person that they're connected to automatically they feel that and they pick it up, and so they just kind of like they throw hate everywhere and anger everywhere because they're angry about something that has nothing to do with you. Because where would the anger from you come from? Like, why would that much anger come from you? And it's not for me to tell nobody's story. I'm just trying to understand why it was so much of it.
She thinks outside the box. I think outside the box too, and I believe in stuff that is very reasonable to believe in. You know what I mean? So
I don't know, and the only thing I can probably tell you is when things don't go as planned for him, or like when he feel like I just rip him off of something. You know what I mean?
What made you so angry?
Everything that he did, like lies, the cheating, just the manipulation, like make me feel less of the woman. You know, like.
Do you feel like you was angry at yourself too for allowing yourself to go through that?
It still is. That's why it's in the process. I'm in the process of really healing and finding myself, because I was so mad at myself. Like, why did you let that happen? Why did you let this shit slide?
Yes.
Why did you give chance after the chance after the chance after the chance after chance?
Yeah.
You know, like, I was so mad where I lost myself. I can't even recognize myself. I get irritated with people when they want to talk about certain stuff. Like, I don't be wanting to talk about love. Like, I just don't care. And it got to the point where it was like, I wouldn't care if something happens to me. You know what I mean? It got that ugly. And then me sitting there with my kids, like, they saved me. You know, like, because when I'm sitting in my couch just looking at TV, like, so many thoughts come on me. How can I really, like, toxicate myself right now to just stop breathing? Or how can I just knock myself out or stop breathing, you know?
oh, so she was down a dark path. She was thinking really dark. I believe when you're in a situation like that, you need to find help, get out of the situation that you're in, and just vent in other ways. Or I don't know, man. That's real tough. That's tough. That's deep.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But eventually, like, just looking at
You
seeing
wanted,
Katie.
wait. I just realized what you said. You said, how could you toxicate yourself
Just stop breathing.
so enough to stop breathing?
I had a lot of dark thoughts in my mind. And then, like, I don't know, it will probably, God will speak to me through CJ. Like, because CJ randomly will come out of nowhere and be like, Mommy, you okay? Like, just looking at me saying, you okay? Or randomly like, Mommy, I love you. Mommy, give me keys. And then, like, now he think he's the daddy child. Because now he's training Kaden to do that for me. With me, you know
he's
what I mean?
your protector.
Yes, like,
that's what happens with the oldest boy.
That's what he's doing. He's protecting me. Like,
protecting you.
He would tell Kaden, give me keys. Kaden go give him a kiss. Say, okay, go give Mommy keys. Kaden come and like, and give me keys. Like, he tells him like, go give Mommy a hug. Or like, and now Kaden is getting like so smart that I can tell like they're gonna be like this when they grow up. You know? Like, and I feel like what made me feel good is knowing that, like, damn, my kids gonna see like, I did it all. You know what I mean? Like, I really tried for y'all, you know?
Give me your hand. Give me your hand. Give me your hand.
You know, like, I really
Take
did.
a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. I know, girl.
So I'm here to check out Keith. He's interested in setting up his LLC for his business. I'm gonna show him. Taylor Brands, come along with me.
So the business that I'm looking to launch is a clothing brand called Green Print.
I'm like, I know, baby girl.
You know, so like, it's like, that's what motivated me to keep going, knowing that, like, damn, they gonna really see, like, my mom did it all herself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it just gives me like, I can do this. Like I
Yeah,
can be
friend.
so independent, and it can be in a better position that
You're
I
such
can
a
even
strong
imagine
person.
myself.
You're a strong person. You have to remember that who you are.
Yeah.
You remember when we
told you to hold
prayed
on.
and I said you a child of God and that makes you powerful and you got to use your powers and you have not been using your powers. And when I told you all the time, when I say I'm a powerful bitch, when I say that, everybody think I'm talking about money or opportunities. I'm not. I'm talking because I know I'm a child of God and that's who you are. We got to find another way for you to deal with the coping mechanisms, because I know you still have a lot of those
I'm
things
not in it
in your
yet.
head where
I'm
it
on the
makes you
phone
feel
with you.
like you want to get high and you want to get, you know, a little tipsy, drunk, whatever you want to call it. So we got to figure out too in the process, like, what can you do to intoxicate yourself with something
I got you.
else? What is that? So we have to figure that out. And the reason I say we, because we all a team. Team don't mean that you always making money together. Team don't mean that you working. Team don't mean, when you use the word team, like, it's not about, oh, I'm working, this is my team. They don't understand when you say the word team that you mean the people that's rallying around you, that's there to support you and protect you and watch over you. You have somebody right now that's helping you, that you trust, that's watching your children, that's considered your team. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So what you have to do is you have to say, okay, I got to put away A, B, C, and D that was not good for my body, and what can I replace that with? So we got to figure that out. I know for sure one thing I told you I wanted you to do, but it's up to you, you know, read the Bible.
What's going on?
And
What's going
if
on?
that's your faith.
Having
And
a
I
cool
know
day.
that's your faith. So I'm not going to say if that's your faith.
Yes, it is.
That's your faith.
Just reacting to this video right now. Y'all in here, y'all new. Go ahead and share this live to everybody that you know. Um, everyone, come on in here, man, and we can get in on this. I call this a reaction party. Yeah.
And that's what you believe in. So reading your Bible and asking God to allow the Holy Spirit to take over you and guide you. Because what happens is, once your body gets intoxicated with those things like cigarettes, weed, pills, drinks, all this stuff that the world has to offer us, everybody has went through a period of time where either they were sick and they took cough medicine, or they had a back pain, they took a pill. But some people knew it was just for a moment of time. But then now some spirits, when they get on you, they be like trying to make you like be the party girl of the century. You still partying when you go home. Yeah. But your emotional side shows that, you know, every time you cry, you letting out more. Like, if you have this much pain, every tear you let out, it brings the pain down here. And remember that day you was at my house? You came to my house. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. You came there with the kids, and you was like, I need to come. I said, come on, girl. You know, my house is open. And I said, you need to cry it out. You got to cry it out. I said, I didn't care if you get in a car, drive down the street, and scream. You got to cry it out. Because if not, that'll fester inside of you, and it'll make you bitter. Yeah. It'll make you angry, and it'll hurt you. And that's a whole different thing.
Crying is a stress reliever, guys. Stress reliever, and it can minimize a lot of stuff that you're going through in your life. So please remember that.
How do you feel like you deal with it now, and how do you feel like you dealing with it as it pertains to being around the kids and being around yourself? How you feel like you dealing with it?
I feel like I'm, for one, like I'm slowly but surely leaving out, like you said, was bad for me. Like I never even drunk like that anyway, unless it's occasion, you know. And I don't get drunk to black out no more. Like I don't say, okay, tonight I'm gonna get drunk. I just want to feel numb. Like I want to forget what I'm going. I don't do that. Like I just drink to, like, okay, let me have fun with my friends or whatever I'm at, you know. And then the smoking, like I don't smoke like I used to. Like I'm not smoking 5-6 blunts a day, or, you know, like I'm not smoking back to back like that. Like I'll probably, if I do smoke, it'll probably be like at nighttime. Let me go to sleep and, you know, cool. Yeah. And I don't cry in front of my kids no more. Like I feel like they done said enough of that, like a lot. They seen that a lot for these past months. So I just kind of like find things to do with them. Yeah. You know, like I do read books on my free time. I write on my journal all the time. Like if I'm not close to my notebook, I'm in my notes, typing everything.
Like with your new song you read? You wrote,
Yeah.
you wrote your new song. Keep on going.
So,
Sorry,
like my journal, like if I show you my journal, I put a date stamp on the day that I start writing, and I don't know why, but I always put a title on it because it helps me understand. Let me see what I want to talk about on this. No, you know. So
that's good.
Yeah, so I feel like I find my own little self ways, and I don't let people in that, you know, because it's very. That's personal. This is what helping me cope with everything that I got going on. That obviously a lot of people see it. Yeah. So because a lot of people see that, I don't want people to see how I cope with things because y'all not finna use that against me or come in between that, you know. But I can definitely say like lately I have been getting back motivated to work. And when I talk to certain people, like I have people that motivates me as well. You know, like they tell me like, Carmen, like pop your shit, like Carmen, you can do this, you can do that. And then when I receive messages from people like, girl, we miss you on YouTube, like when are you coming back? Like,
makes you feel good.
It makes me feel good and love knowing that I do have real people that fuck with me. Like for me, for just who I am, who I always been all these years. Yeah. Like I never pretended or fake to be somebody that I was never not that. So reading messages and hearing people in my voice, in my head, and talking to people like this, it's like, girl, like this is temporary, like you know, like you just gotta keep pushing through it and then just really leave everything where it needs to stay. And especially now after what just happened, all that, and now it's like, okay, there's no, like we can take no step backwards.
You can't you can't take no step back.
No more.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, and I can't afford to keep going a step back every time that I take a step forward. Yeah. It's like I'm taking one back.
Yeah, it doesn't even make any sense.
And it doesn't, and I miss who I used to be. Like, I miss being...
What part of you do you miss who you used to be? Because I'm curious about that. Like, was it the, like, loud, fun, like, joking part? Like, what part?
I told y'all, she used to be loud, funny, like, goofy, and all this other stuff. And you could tell that energy switched as they prolonged their relationship. That energy switched a lot.
Yeah, like the... not shy to get on camera, or as soon as the camera come on, I know what to do.
Yourself.
Yeah,
like, you think he brought insecurity into you?
Yeah, and I feel like I didn't really get to shine the way that I was supposed to because I was always under a wing. You know what I mean? Like if he didn't shine, I didn't shine, and obviously I couldn't shine by myself. You know, even though like he would let me do certain things, but
you made sure it wasn't too much.
Yeah, like I never. Outdoing him, you know what I mean? And I feel like he always he tried to outdo me. Like when I had a deal or when I had a casting for something, it was always an argument. Like I'm making it to my appointments late because I just got no arguing with you because you don't want me to go, or by me doing this solo, you feeling like, oh, you want to go your separate way now? Like since when we do that? Like,
oh wow,
yeah, he's a narcissist for sure. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a narcissist move right there. Like. He wants to be the head honcho of everything, not knowing that women are very, 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 very much capable of being head honchos. Like seriously, they can be bosses too. It's not just you.
All your car stuff, you do all this, all that. I don't get involved in all the time, you know. So I feel like a lot of stuff was just cursed for me. Like he cursed a lot of stuff because I had good opportunities, but because of how everything presented in my personal life, I wasn't able to go into that. So now it's like I'm so motivated to it. It's like I'm a Libra, so being a Libra is like once you push the last button of a Libra that it was left. It's really like, I'm good off of you. Like, it's really, other words, fuck you. And I do pray to God that, I do pray, and I may be wrong and people may not agree with what I'm gonna say, but I pray to God that he keeps him far away from my kids.
Away from,
Keep him away from my kids because it was never about the kids. If it was the kids, you really would have wanted.
I didn't know you was gonna say that. That's why I'm like, oh, wow. No, I thought you were about to say far
away. So she don't even want Corey around the kids. Now, in other words like that, she should take it to court and, file a motion towards that because you just saying that yourself and keeping the kids, he can take it to court and fight first. Hey, the early bird gets the worm. Early bird gets the worm.
Away from you.
No, because now that's the only card that he want to put out and play the victim, like, oh, I'm trying to be a father, but she not letting me see my kid. Like, don't get on social media and cry about it when you put the kid stuff out the house.
He sure did.
Remember, like, every trash bag that was out the house, it was his
picked
stuff.
up his strong, masculine hands and put them bags on the outside.
Exactly.
You know what really ticked me off? And I'm not, this is the one thing that really, really, really hurt my feelings for you. When I remember I got on Instagram, and I don't do a lot of scrolling. When I do scrolling, it's like bad. So I have to tell myself don't do it. But this one particular day I was scrolling, and it was a story where I think the teen room shade or something like
teens.
Whatever they are. Yeah. So they said that you had hit him at the club because you was so drunk at the club, and she was so drunk she couldn't control her liquor, and she hit Corey, this and that. And I thought to myself, no, what happened was that Corey was trying to mess with her friend, and you found out about it, and you went off. And I was like so mad, because I was like, she needs to tell the truth of what happened, because I remember that story.
And brought the girl the same
the same day to your house and locked you out. I remember that.
Yeah.
Locked you out for your friend that you invited from Miami, and then they was in the club, and I remember you telling him that you was uncomfortable because you had saw the text message, and you said, I don't want her here anymore.
I literally begged him. I said, okay, like, she needs to go, or we need to find a way to get rid of her or whatever. As soon as we got home, he making her comfortable, like, now we having a whole argument, because now I feel like you trying to fuck this girl.
Yeah.
Like, when after I already told you I'm not comfortable with her. However she got here, whatever me and her talked about, has nothing to do with you. But now you making this situation uncomfortable.
She even went behind your back and told him y'all conversation, and he went behind your back and was like, oh, Carmen wants you to go home, and this is supposed to be your friend. And so when you...
It's the main reason, man. Hey, think to yourself, man. You don't need but a handful of friends, or maybe even one. That's it, y'all. That's it, man. Somebody's gonna keep it real with you, be honest with you, and be there for you. You know what I mean? Other than that, and somebody's gonna build you up to be a better you. That's it. That's it. That's it.
That's supposed to be my husband, though.
Yeah, and you didn't even take it out on her. You took it out on him, which most women be taking it out on the other woman.
But
you took it out on him, and you still never said anything.
Even I have the screenshot still of the girl. He made her go through the garage. And when I sent the pictures to her, she tried to act like that wasn't her. She said, that's not me. Bitch, like, yes, I'm looking at your face. Like, the cameras don't lie, And after that, like, Jaleesa took me home. It was like 2, 3 in the morning. Yeah. I was ready for whatever that day. I went, all doors locked, couldn't get in. He ended up telling his uncle to tell me to leave. If not, he was going to call the police. Through that, I never came out, nothing white. The girl in the house with him.
And remember when you was...
Oh, yeah. Something went down with them. Something went down with them. And I don't care what nobody else say. Something went down with them two. And that's your friend behind your back? Oh, man, that's deep. That's deep.
Pregnant, and you was at my house for like 2 weeks.
That was so bad.
That was so bad. You was at my house for 2 weeks. And again, this is all stuff nobody knows.
And
this is
so
stuff nobody knows. And then it was to the point where I remember I was going to Louisiana to go advertise, and you came with me.
With you.
And we stayed out all night long till about, we left at like 6 o'clock that night. We made it back to Houston at 10 a.m. in the morning. You was like, Kat, I did not know you be hustling like this. And he thought you was doing something.
With a man.
With a man. And the whole time you was with me. And I was like, man, I just hate that for you. Like, so how do you feel now that you can, how is your mindset and your mental mindset now that you like you free, kind of like you free?
Mentally, I'm in a good space. Like, I'm in a good space that I haven't been in a long time. Like, I'm finding myself again little by little, and I'm liking it because I'm getting to get back motivated. I want to work, like being in Jonathan stuff like that. it motivated me because
That was
like,
fun.
You know, and I come from that. You know what I mean? Like I miss shooting for hours. I miss shooting every day. Like I never been the person to complain what time we start filming and what time we done. I don't care. Like get me out the house, take me away.
Work.
You know. And then my mom about to come pick up the kids
Definitely.
for a month because she haven't got them or nothing. So she want to give me like a break.
Yeah.
So I know that when they gone, I'm gonna be able to really like
Work strong and hard.
Hard and stronger. That by the time they come back, it's like I'm in a better spirit. I'm just more great.
What are you
for
gonna
them.
do with your free time, girl? What you gonna do with your free time to yourself? Because I know that time that could be either good or bad, being that you going through a lot mentally. So, like, I need to know the rundown because you know how I am. Like, I need to know what you're gonna be doing with this free time mentally.
Yeah, no, mentally, I'm definitely like, I want to be consistent with counseling. Like, I want to really make that a thing where it's like once or twice a month. Because I need it. Like, I know I need that.
Yes, you do.
And
a lot of us do that don't get it done. So don't feel good. Counseling is just having that person you can talk to, and it's not your friends. You're not putting all your burdens on your friend. And you get somebody who can give you good sound advice.
So I definitely want to be consistent with that. I said I just want to get back to like creating content because we're so good at it. Like my mind can work so wonderfully, but because of so much bullshit that be around, it takes away for me to be creative, and it takes away from me to want to work, be motivated, you know. But not having the kids is gonna give me the opportunity for one to really get my emotions together. Like if I have to cry, I'm gonna cry when they're not home. I'm gonna take that time to let it out. Remember, one time I kept telling you, I said, Kat, I'm gonna have to crash out. Like I have to crash out one day. I still feel like I haven't really crashed out like that. And then this just happened, so it's still like a recent thing going on.
Why did you go back? Like, why did you go back, girl? Like,
I'm gonna be so honest.
I wasn't going to like punish you about it or nothing like that because I don't have no right to do that. But I was so hurt because I felt like you had abandoned the healing process that was already started for you. And I felt like even as a friend, I felt like you even abandoned like people like me, but I'm focusing on me. I feel like as a friend, like we already don't allow a lot of people to come in our circle, like at all, because of the success that we do have on us. We never know when people are around us sincerely to be there.
Or they have hidden agendas.
Or if they have hidden agendas. So it's like, when God opens that door and we allow those people in, even though we help so many people, that has nothing to do with letting people like in your home. You know what I mean? And when you let people in your home and they are your support system and you are their support system, and it's like that person just disappears. Like I know I had a single and I was like, dang, Carmen couldn't even repost my single. Carmen, I didn't know you had disappeared at that time. I didn't know because I was so engulfed in work, but at the same time I would call you, but I'm like, she must be busy. But it was like, what was your mental process that said, you know, I'm gonna give him a chance? Was y'all already like talking on the phone, like texting? I just want to know for me, friend, because you know, I might be able to learn something from you, because you know I've been in the same position, and no matter that you're younger than me, I never feel like that I am too old to learn from anybody. And that's where wisdom comes in at for me. Like, I will take anybody's situation and be like, how can I learn from it? It doesn't matter if you went to the right and didn't do good with it, because I still want to know, okay, that person went over there. What was your mindset like that made you say, let me try it, like again, like something told you to go back? What was it?
To be honest with you, one, it was me answering my own questions that I had. Like, I wanted to be able to see, like, can I love you again? Or, like, do I still love you?
So you didn't love him? You didn't know if you loved him at that moment?
Yeah, like, I was confused. And I feel like I was getting
was
more
you, like,
answers.
lusting him? Like, I need him sexually? Like, was you, like, thinking I don't want nobody else to have him?
No, it was never no feeling that I need you, or I don't want you to be with nobody else. Like, it was never that type of feeling.
Why did you go back?
That's that question.
It. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I don't understand it. Because you know, when I go back, it'd be like I still want him. Like I don't want nobody. It could be the simplest things. Like I don't want nobody else to have him. Like it gotta be.
I promise you, my real reasons to just go back. It was one, I did want to try this family thing again.
The family.
I really wanted to try the family. I'm a family person. Like
so many women do that.
I wanted to try, or just to see, like, okay, would it be different this time? Like that was my questions. You know, it was the if. What else?
Because I took a break and he knew I'm serious.
So now let me see how that make you feel. Like, are you gonna treat me different? You gonna talk to me different? Like, are you really gonna nurture me? Like, are you gonna be a different man to me, or be a different father to your kids? But the whole time, same thing. Like, you're not taking care of your kids. You're not doing nothing for your kids. When it comes to me, you was more worried about who in my DMs, who texted my phone, what rapper am I talking to, what man am I doing this, that, or who. It was never a thing in me that I felt like, yeah, I miss this. I just wanted to know, like, okay, this is just not what you need, Carmen. This is not what you need to do in life.
To be honest with you, I understand where she's coming from, and I understand why she went back. But if I was in her shoes, I would have never went back. I would have found another alternative or something, man. To just not do that, because that it can turn bad, y'all.
Or this person is not. He doesn't need to be part of your life anymore. And I feel like God showed me every sign when I went back. And seeing every sign of it.
I just hated that. I hated that for you. And it's like, how did you relapse? Like how did you go back after the whole social media, like, betrayal? Like, to me, like, that's my husband laying next to me. Like, he puts his stuff inside of me. Like, we connect and be one in the middle of the night. And then for you to betray me this way on the internet, like, out loud for everybody, like, how
Not just the internet, in person.
did you go back after that? Do you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. And I can give you a straightforward answer. More than telling you, it was the family thing. Like, I wanted to try that one more time. And I'm looking in my head, I'm like, well, I don't forgive you for other shit that people don't even know.
So is your mom and your dad together?
No, my mom is with my stepdad.
So did you want a family with your family? The reason why you wanted that so much with him? Like, what made you feel like, and I know every woman wants that, but there's always a connection to that. Like, I wanted my son to have a father because I didn't have my father growing up. My father is in my life now, but what was your reason to say, I want to try this? Was it something from, like, childhood? Was it something from, like, that you seen on TV, or what was it?
It was me knowing that my kids need a male figure in their life. And why am I gonna go and try to, let me give them a stepdaddy just because they need their male figure? So it was like, no, I'm not dating nobody. I'm not getting in a relationship with nobody. So it's like, let me go back and see, like, try it. Just try it. Give it your last. Like, this is your last straw that you could possibly ever even have.
Did he ever want y'all to do, like, any type of counseling or, like?
No, he never brought any of that stuff up. That man just wanted to make a video for YouTube on our main YouTube channel and let everybody know, like, yeah, we young and we these and we're gonna work it out. We're gonna try it. And I never did it because it was like,
It was all money for him. It's all money for him. I can guarantee you that right now. I'm telling you that personally. It's all money for him. Now, I'm not in that type of thing. I do it because the real needs to be let out. I like the truth. You feel me? And if she can look at reaction videos, she can learn a lot from reaction videos, to take in a lot from reaction videos. You know what I'm saying? And that can ease a lot of people, because you don't need to be going through all that. Nah, man.
Like, that's not what.
But it don't matter if you young. Like, don't nobody want to go around this world being hurt, talking about, and then the man, the one that's always getting pleasure.
Yeah,
not gonna do all that.
That's one of the reasons that made me feel like you still the same social media person. You get on live every chance you get. You let the people know who you with every chance you get. Such a turn off. Such a turn off.
I don't even like a man that acts.
Like
a man that be like acting, I'd be like, oh, he probably be lying in real life. Like, I don't even like a man to do too many selfies. Like, I just feel like that's like female stuff. Like, a man
I'm gonna tell y'all right now. In my phone, I'm not a picture person. To be honest with you, my fiance, she like, why don't you don't take pictures? We got to start taking pictures, of course, for family things or whatever like that. But I'm not a picture person. Just naturally, I'm not a picture person. That's just me.
And that could like just be like, oh, I'm getting ready to do a YouTube video, and it's like the camera's in their face like the whole time. I understand that some people do it for a check. I get it, but the way that he would do it, it was like tit for tat. The stuff you would do in real life, he would tat you on internet.
Yeah.
You would do the tit in real life, like, you know, I'm gonna protect myself and do. Matter of fact, what happened with the lawyer situation, girl? Because they keep on calling me, telling me your paperwork is ready and that you good to go, girl.
Nah, I talked to them already. They said I got proof.
People don't even know, bitch. People don't even know, bitch. Listen, when we called that lawyer afterwards and we was telling the lawyer, we was like, listen, you need to get her paperwork done. And they said Corey would not respond to the text messages and emails. You remember we went to your lawyers and we was asking what the process was. You was scared. I was like, nuh-uh, let me talk.
I remember. Oh my God, yes.
And I said, no. What's going on with her paperwork? We sick of this being held over her head. Y'all got paid, blah, blah, blah. And they said that Corey wasn't responding to the emails and they would not proceed without him doing whatever, and he never would do it. So that was the whole process of your paperwork.
So he held her like basically like wouldn't do it. He wouldn't go through with it. That's great. What the
because people think when you're married, you're already considered like illegally here, but there's a process you have to go through. So what happened was we went and got a lawyer. Me and Ebony was like, F that, nah, come on, let's go. We finna go get her.
Nah, but I am gonna do that though tonight. So stay tuned for that. Oh my God. Yes. Yes, I am. I looked at that last night, man, when my headache was like going crazy. Like I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do hers first, and then I'm gonna do his later on that day. So stay tuned at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock tonight. I'm gonna do it tonight at 9 o'clock because I got some studying to do.
A lawyer ourselves. You didn't even know. We called a lawyer, and then we called you and was like, this is what we doing. This is the game plan. And then I remember somebody said something, and I said, nah, when you messing with rich bitches, we gonna make sure our friend got a lawyer. And we went ahead and got that damn lawyer, baby. And when he was talking all that mess about you being illegal, we called the lawyer and was like, hey, do she need to hide out? Hey, do she need to take the baby somewhere? Hey, and the lawyer said, no, she don't need to do all of that. She good. She can legally be here because she's in the process and this and that, blah, blah, blah. They gave us all the reasons why, all the paperwork. And I was just so happy for that day because, again,
she needs to go ahead and get her green card. She needs to do that. But I think Corey has to be, God dang, I hate that for her, man. But that's just how that is, though. God damn, y'all.
And it showed me, too, as a friend, like who I have on my side, and it showed me
friend.
like
I'm gonna let you
how
know. I'm gonna let you know that right now.
I am too, like
She's
in
dope.
that moment, because this is nothing. You didn't ask for this. You didn't say, "Hey, y'all, can y'all?" Like most of the stuff that we do for you and our other friends, and the things that I see you do for people too. We're just the type of women that we don't really ask. We just do. Like we see somebody in need, and we're like, do it.
We're just gonna help. Yeah.
Do it. Like there's nothing involved. Like it's not like, hey, you gotta pay to get this.
See, my fiance and kids are California bound right now, but I'm in Texas, so basically what 2 hour behind Texas. So if it's 4:33 right now, it's 2:33 out there. So yeah, like it's yeah. But yeah, don't forget the lie though. Hey, tell people to subscribe.
Done, blah, blah, blah. Like you do stuff, I just naturally repost it. Like I'm just naturally gonna support you, and you do it too. Ebony does it too. Like I feel like there's not enough of that.
So 7 o'clock California time. Join live. 7 o'clock, roughly 7 o'clock. I'm gonna be on there.
In the world. And it's like what people do is they try their best to like to like use their opportunities or their connections against you to try to control you. And one thing I've always said is that anything I do out of the kindness of my heart is from the kindness of my heart, but anything I do what God tells me to do, I can't question that. But if I do something and I feel like in my flesh, listen, I did this and I do want something back, hey, don't fault me for it, because my flesh did it. God didn't tell me to do that. And you already know how I am. But there are most things that just come from the heart. And that's one thing I've always liked about our friendship. And I think that's why I felt real salty toward you. And you know I'm the type of friend, I'll tell you when I have a problem. And we will go tit for tat. And people don't know that about me and you. We will go
like real sisters.
We will go tit for tat, and I will be like, and you don't have no problem speaking your mind either. But that's one thing I love. But one thing I felt was like, I appreciate you giving, like, saying thank you to me and Ebony and everybody else who supported you and who was there for you, like, publicly, because it was hard to see Corey, and I'm not trying to talk down on anybody, this is just facts. It was hard to see Corey try to make it like we were your enemies. Yeah. And try to make it like, you know, I seen Ebony work with you before I even knew you. See, I've been knowing Ebony for 20 years almost. I've been knowing Ebony, it's about 18 years now. I've been knowing Ebony for a long time. And when Ebony started working with you, I seen a lot of unconditional things that she did with you. But I also remember telling Ebony, Carmen has been loyal to you as well. Although you will disappear, although you will do things that's a little shady that I didn't like, because I'm like, where Carmen at? Like, no. Like, we are friends. We're like a sisterhood. Yeah. Like, when I would see those things, I would have to remind myself that nobody's perfect. But not only that, I have to remind myself, like, how much that she loves you, how much I love you, and it's so unconditional. Like, I remember when we did Carmen's boot camp, we didn't know each other before that. We just instantly connected. Yeah. We instantly vibed. And you was like, we was trying to look for somebody else to do that role. And it was like, we couldn't find, you was like, no, I want her.
Yeah, I want her, please.
And I remember being there supporting you. And
that's a friend. That's a friend. Ah. Hey, don't want this one. Hey, don't tell nobody about this. I don't do this.
That type of support was real, because even off camera, like, to see you apologize to those people that did have your back so much, it just meant the world to me. And although I didn't feel like Corey was talking to me when he was saying your team could go anytime now, and saying things like her team putting this up, I felt like he was talking about Ebony. Yeah. Did you feel that way? Yeah. I felt like he was talking about Ebony, and I was like, oh, he know he's wrong for that. I was like, he know he wrong for that, but not only is he wrong for that, like, I don't think he knows who Ebony is to you.
Yeah, but I think it was more like a jealousy thing.
Like he would do shady stuff, like, you know, talking about, y'all remember when he said in one of his videos, oh, I'm doing it's for the greater good of Carmen, and I know what she deserves. No, the hell you don't. No, you don't. Oh, toothbrush neck ass. No, you don't. No, you don't. Look like an iPhone case.
He couldn't stand to see that somebody could bring that out of me. Like Ebony was the one who bring me out of my box to do photo shoot, lingerie photo shoots, get my hair done, or get into that makeup.
But she wanted to do that for him too.
You know, but what I'm saying is, like, I think he was never ready to see me in a different level.
It was about
like he wanted me to just be stuck in the same level and just be a mom who stayed at home with kids. But I'm like, even though, don't get me wrong, I am the type of person, but I like to work. Like, I like to be on my feet and do something productive. I don't really like just sitting down, you know? So by any means of anything that brought like my team or whatever, Corey will make it seem like, yeah, man, shit, all they want for you is just the money anyways. You know, you're the money maker. Like, all they're gonna do is get coins off of you.
But do they know, did he not know that like you was making majority of the money when y'all made money, and that's called a team, and a team gets paid, and that's what people
But
do?
listen, but this is what's in the song, and that's why in the song I said, it says,
I know. I was like, oh,
listen,
okay,
and
go
the song
ahead.
it says we made millions together, and I barely got paid.
Bitch, I don't even want to say it. If I can't say this, just edit it out. But I remember when you said you got a $1,500, like it was like you called it like an allowance, $1,500 allowance, and you had made like 30 some odd thousand in that check.
And I
I
didn't
was
get no
like-
money. I don't touch money.
And
Like,
It's crazy. So she made bread and he didn't give her no goddamn bread at all. Millions and she paid. $1,500 allowance and you're a millionaire sitting on the couch with all kind of jewelry on and rings and you can't even close your fingers all the goddamn way? But you want to give her an allowance? That's why it's goddamn breast stink. I knew it.
I remember you called me one time and you said, Kat, can I borrow $25,000? And I said, 25,000? Yeah, you can, but what is it for? And you was
why
like,
you asking?
and you said, I can't tell you. Girl, I don't know why, but my spirit told me that it was for Corey, and I was like, you know what? Let me backtrack that. Hell to the no. I'm not letting you borrow that. Nope, because I'm not gonna be helping no nigga like survive. And I'm sorry to use the N-word, but I'm not about to do that. Now, you never said it was for Corey. That was my own perception.
Yeah.
You know, let me make that clear, because you never said it was for Corey, but you wouldn't tell me what it was for.
Yeah.
And when Ebony would like celebrate your successes, it was like, wow. And I remember even before it started turning dark, she had so many ideas for Corey too. She had so many ways to uplift his brand. And I was thinking to myself when he made that comment, like, and I never told Ebony this either. I would just be like, does he not know that Ebony was like team Corey as well? And team like be successful, team like I want you to be amazing, like too for him as well. Like I don't realize that. I don't think he realizes that, you know, at the end of the day that it was like a team for both of you guys in a sense. You know what I mean?
He never said it that way. That's why I always feel like I would just be like telling Ebony all my business, my personal business, and just plotting like against him, but it was never that.
All the times that Corey had that Ebony had Corey's back, like I'm not against Corey. You know I would really love for you guys to make it work if you guys could, but now that I know the details, it should not work.
Yeah.
Y'all should go y'all own separate ways.
You know how many times Corey by himself without me went to Ebony's office and cried, boo-hoo cried, telling Ebony, like, Ebony, I lost myself, like, I don't know what to do, like, I don't want to lose her, like, I love her so much, what can I do, or how can I do certain stuff, like, he is venting to Ebony, to the same person that you tell me, like, you can be trust her, or you don't need to be working with them folks, but right before everything, the break and all that happens, you was in her office trying to make things better because you even felt like, you know you full of shit. You know you're full of shit.
Yeah.
And you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And I guess eventually he knew, like, okay, Carmen probably go over there and talk to Ebony and tell Ebony some stuff. So
yeah,
I guess he wanted it to win that too. You know what I mean? Or he wanted to be close with them,
like separate, like conquer and divide.
Yeah,
type
but
thing.
it's not cool
like
that you get on
trying to
social media and make it seem like these people just fucked up people or do fucked up shit or they're
He was
used
eating
when
real
they're
not
good.
even doing that.
They're not even doing that.
Like
and
even
if they
Floyd
was doing,
tried to help the man, like
Even
so
if-
many.
And
Floyd
she
was
was eating
always on
oodles
his
and
side,
noodles.
and he
Yeah.
will always be telling you, like, Carmen, you know, just give him a chance. Carmen, he's young. Carmen, I remember some of those me walking in and feeling like, oh, let me walk out because y'all was having them type of talks.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand. And the thing about it is, I see so much greatness that he could be. So this is not about bashing anybody. This is just all about rehashing, like, you know, some of the emotions, things that you went through because you just put out all this stuff, like, which is like crazy to me. Like,
and I didn't think people was gonna expect that.
and you was like, I was like, you know, I ain't gonna lie, we was pushing for you to tell your side, like to stick up for yourself, and you did it right.
I feel like the right time came for me to do it.
Yeah.
And even though like I still feel like still a sparing thing going on because it's so much I can talk about that people don't know. And Tay took a lot of stuff to the grave with her. You know what I mean? Like,
dang, I know, because when she got on that phone and said that you could be beat in the house, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Because you didn't even tell me none of that part.
Is why me and her ended up going to Atlanta together. Because I had told her, I said...
When he said that you abandoned him and the kids for 2 weeks?
Yep.
Wait,
and guess what? The kids wasn't even in Houston. They was in Alabama with my mom. That's what...
Yeah, trying to pull that bullshit.
Made me leave because my kids wasn't there. I'm not a person to leave my kids with you. I'm not.
Oh my god.
That slow. You know what I mean?
So I knew you didn't, but it's just crazy.
That's
how,
what he told people, and he tried to make it seem like, oh, she over there probably fucking somebody in Atlanta. She was supposed to be gone for 4 days. She gone for 14 days. The whole time, me and Tay, we in an Airbnb. Tay's cooking. Like we taking our time for ourselves. Like she's pregnant, going through some stuff with her boyfriend. I'm dealing with this. So it's like.
Hey, so in the comments, what happened to Tay? Cause what happened to Tay? They say she passed away. What happened?
We only had each other. You know what I mean? And it caused for us to stay longer in Atlanta because I wasn't ready to come home. Like I just didn't want to come home. You
was peaceful. You was at peace.
I was at peace, and I was more scared of you. Like I came home scared because why would you put a gun out on me? Whether the gun was loaded or not. You point the gun right. I felt the gun in my forehead. You put it inside of my mouth. Like.
Damn! Wow! At that moment, why did we even get mad? You gonna put a gun in my, like, dog? Do y'all? She had an asthma attack. Oh, she had an asthma attack. Oh, she had an asthma attack while driving the car. That's what caused the car accident, if I'm not mistaken. But why would you put a gun in somebody else's mouth? Like, just picture that. Like, you got to hold like a real gun, whether it's a Glock 45, deuce, or whatever the case may be. It's 1,000 guns out there. Whatever the case may be, it's a real gun loaded. And their mind is loaded because it's in my mouth at this point. Like, kids, I love you. You know what I mean? It's that type of vibe. That's crazy.
Why would you want to make me scared? Me, out of everybody, I'm the one that's been the most loyal to you, being the dumbest for you.
Why would you want to do this to me out of everybody?
To me, why would you want to scare me and make me feel like, oh, bitch, if you don't do what I say, it's over for you, or you can't do nothing, or nobody even gonna want you, you know? And I feel like him going to social media and talk the way he talks about me. I feel like he does that so nobody can, like,
so they won't listen to you, but you know. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I done cut
like
you
he
off.
wouldn't want, like he don't. I feel like he's doing it for guys to kind of look at me in a certain way, like, man, we don't want to mess with her, like she too much, or all this shit he went through with her, like, we won't, you know. But
yeah,
I finally had to realize and tell myself that after so many times Corey saying like, this was my plan, this is my vision, like I been wanting to do this, like, and you know, God put her in my life to make my dream come true with the woo. I had to realize and be like, what if it was the other way around? Because I never want to be no YouTuber, never want to be famous, never thought about having a big platform. I never thought about any of that. So what if God did it the other way and put you in my life to help me?
Push you to your
what God had for me. Because look where I'm at and look where you at. Not talking down on nobody or whatever, but look where you at, look where I'm at.
And look who needs who in order to be relevant.
Okay. You get what I'm saying? You know, like,
she hit,
stuff
I'm not
like
even
that
pause
is what I have to tell myself when I'm
she
at home walking
nose.
around. I tell myself, I'm like, you know what, Carmen, after all this time, he manipulated you to believe that this was his goal, this was his vision, like, he been had this, like, he knew what he wanted to be in life. And
he could still have his own path. He could still be successful.
He can still do what he wants to do without me.
He could still be successful on his own.
But it's the fact that how your life is going.
Yeah, and you're not saying that.
No, first of all, he could still be doing that, but after what he did to Carmen, he may be erased from the internet. Like, subscribers, I guarantee you right now they're going down. He's lost subscribers, a lot of them, because to be honest with you, I haven't seen him post videos like that when, you know, to when they were together. You know what I mean? His I don't see none of that. But she put out a couple things, and she moving numbers. That's what I can say.
As a way like
Do not pay somebody to build you a Shopify store because I'm going to do it free with 20 handpicked products.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, the thing about it is you reap what you sow. It's so real. Like, you made the decision, you made the choice. And the thing about it is that I feel like when you're at a certain age, you should just be dating.
Yeah.
You should date. You should get to know people to see what you want to marry, to see what's good for you and what's not. And I don't think you guys had a long enough time to actually date, to decipher whether this is the one for me or not. Instead, you guys got married for whatever the reasons were. You guys got married. It's none of my business. But whatever those reasons were, you guys didn't get to date enough people. Because what happens is when people get into a relationship.
No, he got to date the whole relationship.
Well, he got to date during your relationship. While you guys.
Did you get what I said?
Yeah.
He was dating a lot.
See,
the whole relationship.
See, but that's the thing. That's where you had to come in to love yourself enough to say, I don't want, this ain't my person. Yeah. Because if it was your person, it wouldn't be a lot of that. And sometimes it takes us to grow and mature out of that, because I've been through that. So many people that are not on camera have been through that. Any woman that make it like they haven't been through something in a relationship is a lie. Yours is on platform and on camera for everybody to see. But at some point, it was up to you to take care of you. And so now you at the position now where you know, okay, I see red flags. You see them red flags, you know how to deal with those red flags. You know how to walk away. You know how to be like, this is for me, this is not for me.
I know what to tolerate.
Yes. And this is why I tell people all the time, I tell my son, you need to date to see what you want to marry. You don't know what you want because you haven't dated enough. And once you date, you're able to vet out the things that you want and don't want. And so if you don't have that process, you saw him, you fell in love with him, and you was like, I'm for him, and that's it. Yeah. So you got hurt in the process. He didn't get hurt in the process because he was like, I'm still dating in a sense. You see what I'm saying?
He just really loved the idea of me.
Yeah.
Like,
say that again.
He did. He loved the idea of me. And I was told.
You think he just loved the idea of you?
Like, don't get me wrong. At first, I believe he was in love.
Like the look, the body,
he loved all of me. Like, I mean, I'm a person that you can't help but to love. Like, especially how, I dedicate myself to you, all that. So don't get me wrong, but I feel like that I'm in love with you being out the door, like, long time ago. So he would just hold it on to me because of who we was, what we have.
When do you think that left out the door, though?
If I'm not mistaken, that left like 2 years after I had CJ.
Wow.
2-3 years after I had CJ. Like, he wasn't in love. Plus, he started cheating the moment I got pregnant with CJ.
Oh,
That's where the cheating started from.
Yeah. And he just always seems so nice, so cool, so relatable, so kind. I don't have any bad things to say. Like,
but that's what pissed me off, because you put this front for social media now. You put this big ass front for social media, but off camera, you fucked up. Like, you a fucked up person, and you do fucked up stuff that you're not gonna talk about and let people know. Like, yeah, for her to react this way, this is what I did. For her to even say this, or for her to look stupid, or this is what I did. Like, there's none of that. All he can say is, oh, I take responsibility for what I did. But what did you really do, though? Like, are you even aware of everything
I need you to put it out there, what you did. So those lyrics,
detailed with it.
So those lyrics in the song you dropped.
I put it out.
She put it out. And that's what she stand on that. She stand on that.
So wait, the lyrics in the song
lies. And that's why I said at the beginning of the song, I was like, see, when I dropped Leave Back, it was like on some cool, peaceful shit. Like, okay, but since you want to keep talking,
you make Diddy look like an angel. And Diddy is a hot mess.
So that's a way that I can describe him without saying you fucked up. That's the way I can describe it.
I can't believe you titled it.
And he did. You know why? Because Diddy got exposed.
Are you tired of your YouTube channel not getting the attention it deserves? Building a YouTube channel can be a very...
the way he did, but you haven't got exposed for everything you did. And you did a lot for years. For years. You did so much.
You heard that, Favor?
You see she got up.
Wait. Now, what took me was because I remember being outside of my house, and you know I have a lot of memories. That's why I keep on saying I remember. Like we don't tell nobody nothing. It's like a secret society over here with all of us. You know, so it's like I remember we was outside, me and Ebony, and we was just so mad. Like I wanted to be the one to be like, I'm gonna say it, you know, but I'm sick of this. Like, and you like, nah, I ain't saying nothing. And I'm like, you know what? You right. I'm following your lead. It's your life. But we're in a situation now where you have the picture of your scars of when you just got beat. That picture is your cover. Like what? Like you went from.
That is the real picture. Damn. Did he scratch her face? They must have been scuffling because that's all she got. So how does his face look? That's all she got? She walked away with that? Nah, I'm playing y'all, but that's crazy though. How could you do that? I don't understand that. That's crazy.
From I'm not saying nothing to put in the cover of your...
And at first I didn't want to do that. Like I told Evan and I kept trying to like debate myself. Did I want to use that picture? So I told Evan, I said, that picture's too raw to leave it raw. Like it's too raw to leave it raw. And I wouldn't want my kids to see that, you know? But then I had to tell myself, I said, you know what? It matched the title, it matched what I'm speaking about and what I'm saying anyways. Yeah. When my kids grow up, they're gonna understand that picture. They're gonna understand why mommy put that picture up. And they're gonna also understand how I still protected your father by not exposing this, exposing that, showing this, showing that. You know what I mean? And he knows there is so much that I can talk about, but he also knows that I'm not the type of person. So that's why.
And you don't gotta go around this world protecting everybody.
No,
like ain't nobody protecting you. And I'm not saying you don't have to, but it's like at some point, like you're only human. Like ain't nobody got time to be protecting a grown ass man. Like
you know, like I feel like. From the moment we broke up to
like battle after battle.
Yes, and I just kept giving him sympathy, like, okay, I ain't gonna do you like that, I ain't gonna do you like that, I ain't gonna do you like that. No. But now I want people, for one, because I am a woman and I have a lot of woman supporters. Yeah. I want women to feel like a woman empowerment. You know, that's why I'm not ashamed to showcase it or to speak about some stuff, because I know I was dumb at some point. I know I was stupid. I know I was.
So what?
Everybody goes through that. The only difference with
I said that everybody is dumb and stupid at some point in their life. You got to be grown up to just own up to that. Own up to it.
Me is that I'm a public figure. Yeah. And my life is publicized the way it is. Yep. And the same girls that be commenting on there saying this, saying that, is the same girls. They go through the exact same thing that I went through, or probably worse.
It's just not on camera.
It's just not on camera, and people don't know them, so they don't know y'all situation.
Talking about we canceling you, we canceling this. Well, girl, you would have been canceled 10 times if we would have known your story out loud. Like, honestly, a lot of these women that's talking about we canceling, and then you got some that's saying we cancel because they really following your footsteps. They want to do what you're doing. They don't know how to guide themselves through it, so they're using you as a guideline. Like, oh, well, Carmen did it this way. Well, dang, she went back to him. I got to go back to mine. No, you don't. No, you don't.
I feel like I'm a good example of let them know, like, you don't need no man. Like, you can depend on yourself only. Like, you don't have to depend on no man to make this happen, to make that happen, to reach your goals. Because obviously, it's a thing in between couples that goals are not the same. Like, you have your own goals, I have my own goals. They don't have to be the same. And sometimes we don't meet in the middle.
And you're not somebody's property. They don't own you.
Yeah.
Because I felt like there was a lot of vibe of like dictatorship and ownership over you. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, and you know what? When he finally spoke about my situation publicly, that's how he made me feel. Like, damn, this whole time you felt powerful. You felt powerful to feel like I got her in my hand. Like,
all right, we pulled up to the winner's house. There are cars in their driveway. That's a good sign. Doesn't mean they're home, but let's find out.
She needs me, like, she can go out or she can go do some stuff, because if she do this or she do that, like, if she do this or she do that, like, it's over for her, or I'm like really in her, or whatever case was, you know. So by him speaking the way he did, like that, it was just like,
yeah.
You will go to hell.
Yeah,
just to prove a point. But to the world,
you will go all the way to hell to try to hurt me.
In front of people that don't know you, don't give a fuck about you, just because
and
you
for
mad.
a check, and for a check.
Supposedly for a check.
I was like, at some point, it's time to take the guns out. Like, it's time to, you know, fight back. But you only knew when it was time for you to fight back. And honestly, like, I learned from you. Like, I learned from you in that moment.
Let me tell you something about her fighting back. That song she put out, not only did it do numbers, nobody cares about that, but it touched a lot of people in ways that they couldn't even imagine. She did that.
Because me, I'll be ready to fight back at a drop of a dime right then and there. But sometimes it's good to slow down, think about it, and shoot when it's time to shoot. Or sometimes
I feel like God gonna show you when it's the right time.
Yeah.
When it's his timing, you know?
Yeah.
Because we could have been exposed to it. I could have been talked about it. It could have been just show videos, screenshots, this and that. But it just ain't me. It was like, nah, something else gonna come out. Or something is gonna, I'm gonna be in the right time at the right place for me to be able to, like, you know what, this is the time where I'm just gonna go ahead and just shut everything down that I need to shut down in order to keep moving forward and not look back. Because me not doing what I did at first, it made me go back.
Yeah.
But now that I'm doing this, it's like, okay, you can't go back. Like, there's no going back.
Yeah, in that moment that you came to my house, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was like so embarrassed that he kicked your mom out. Like, your mom, and so sad that he kicked the kids out. It's like...
Wait, hold on. He kicked her mom and the kids out. See, I didn't know that. He kicked the mom and the kid. Well, let me back up. He put all the stuff outside, kid stuff and CARMEN stuff. I know that part. But that part right there, I didn't know that also. Wait, what's... Okay.
Most of the time when people do stuff, it don't be in front of the parents' face. It's the fact that your mom was there and he didn't even care. It's like he was like, you can take your ass on too.
He didn't. It was your birthday.
That's enough to... And then to see that the maid or the assistant, the girl that was the assistant, to see him on camera that same night helping that girl get out the car, unpack her stuff the same moment you was unpacking your stuff in my house. To see that happen at the same time, girl, I remember going into my room after I hugged you. We prayed on my couch. And I remember going into my room and crying for you, girl.
They were smiling to each other too. I know y'all see this on here because it's a delay when I'm recording. That's crazy.
And you were crying, you was hurt, but you was still strong even in that moment. Even in that moment. And to see days later, the person, to have her cooking in the house, making it like this is his assistant. But I saw everything on camera.
But how does your sister and she slept in the same, our bed? The same. And then you brought her home. How is that your assistant, but you instantly moved her in the master room with you? Never slept upstairs. Never slept upstairs. Y'all never slept separately.
Told you needed to get out because he was having company there, which was her. She came the same night that he kicked her out. But mind you, this is somebody that he made it seem like it was nothing going on from the... When it was something going on. Yes, it was something going on, and... He lied about that. And he's still lying about it. And I don't see how her as a woman could even allow that to continue. I know that her
She's so big on God now. She's big on God, she says, and prays about it and all this.
Baby, people are big on God and be backsliding right and left, girl. That's why God give you every day to repent. But if you keep on doing the same thing, like you keep on doing the same thing, like you repenting means nothing. Like you're sleeping with a married man consistently, and this was in the prime of this when all the stuff was happening, and this woman willingly came into your house. Like, I saw it on camera. I saw it. Like, I was disgusted. I was disgusted by her. I was disgusted by...
Come on now.
Ooh.
Damn. Damn.
By him. Now, if that whole situation has changed or not, I don't care. It's none of my business. But I just felt so bad for you. I felt so bad. I even felt bad for the girl. Like, I felt like she was being, maybe she was young and didn't understand it was being manipulated.
She got manipulated in the situation too. Like she got manipulated.
What was y'all talking about when y'all was in the restaurant? Cause I saw that y'all was in the restaurant.
When I exposed.
Yes, girl. What was y'all talking about?
To be honest with you, every time me and her had a conversation.
Why was she there at the table with y'all?
Oh, I don't. That's who he used to travel with all the time. Everywhere he goes, she with him. Every place he went, they are living together, cat, sleeping in the same room. This stuff that they are confessing to me and letting me know, like, this was big enough.
Was she sitting there like, ha, ha, ha? Was she sitting there like she was sorry or what?
I won't say sorry because she never apologized.
Why was she sitting there like she had some type of authority or something?
That's the Corey girl.
Because Corey let her have that type of power.
Exactly. And then when I got back into the space, I told Corey, I said, bro, who want to leave with you under the same roof you sleeping with the same person that you had sex with all these months? Like, why would you want me to bring me to that, but you're saying you want your family back?
Was she there when y'all was in Alabama?
Yes. She was. She went to Canada for just a few days, came back, and then she left again, and she didn't come back until I left the last time, when I came back to Alabama. Yep.
So she basically told him, I'm not coming back till she leaves.
I don't know what it was, but that's what it was given, and that was just something that he was not going to go nowhere. For one, he's telling me one thing, he tells her a different thing, and then she doesn't know her place. Like, she never knew her place. She always wanted to outdo me or trying to make it seem like, oh, we both know Corey, so who going to do better? Or she would do just small shit in front of my face, or even with him, like
making his plate and stuff like that.
Yes, or come and wipe him off with a paper towel in his mouth, and he just be random. Or him, every time he passing by, like he's hitting her, like touching her, like girl, twin, call her twin, call her P. They got nicknames for each other, all of that. So that's when I was like
in your face,
in my
disrespecting
face,
you.
in my face, and this conversation
supposed to come back.
I'm having with him and letting him know, like, I don't like this girl.
Damn, she want to fight. She want to fight. Oh, she want to fight. Damn, she want to whoop somebody's ass.
Oh my God. Oh. I want to back. Oh my God. Oh, sorry, I had to get that out.
That's how
I could not.
I don't know how I did it.
Oh Lord, let me get myself together, girl, cause golly, like,
Hey, she want to put their hair in a ponytail and get with it.
I'm glad you. Girl, let me be quiet. Girl, oh my God.
But you know that, and I don't.
Right in front of your face, disrespecting you.
But I don't regret it. Like, you know, I don't regret.
You tried. You wanted to see if it was gonna work.
And it did work. So now I feel I can walk like with my head high, knowing that, bitch, you gave it your all over there, like your last. So now that I'm recruiting myself and picking myself up and gaining everything back, I can't let my guard down. You know what I mean? My trust is so fucked up. You know, like, he did make it hard for the next one, for sure. Like, I'm not gonna believe anything you say so easy. You're not gonna manipulate me into things. When I see signs, I'm paying attention to signs.
And the song is doing so good because so many people can relate to what is going on. And so many people can relate to your story and what has happened. And the fact is that, like, the truth of the matter is, like,
it be men like that to mess it up for the future man. Y'all ain't got no chance to fuck up.
You're not doing nothing no different than most women do. Most women go back. Most women give it a chance. Most women give it a try. And a lot of women that are angry that you went back, they're angry at themselves. And they see themselves and they're like, I did that. I'm angry at her for doing that, when really it's the anger that they have for themselves that they went back to that situation. So you know a lot of those things are not like because of you personally. But at the end of the day, everybody's always going to say this person is stupid, that person. We've all been stupid before. I don't want you to take on that burden of other people's opinions of your situation because you did what you had to do. But not only that, your finances are gonna go up. Your respect for yourself is gonna go up. Everything about you, your self-love is gonna go up. And so you just have to focus on right now on how do I love myself even more? How do I work on loving myself even more? How do I work on, you know, my businesses even more? How do I work on my children being better even more? That's what your world needs to be revolved around now. And anybody who's added on there, Who is allowed to be a part of my circle now? Because everybody can't be allowed in your circle, like, period. Like, you have to be real secluded about that, because God wants to take you to another level, but he's not gonna take you there if you got a bunch of junk and mess attached to you. You see what I'm saying? But you'll be able to decipher that. I feel like when we became friends, I felt like even though you're younger than me, you have an old soul. You have an old spirit about you, and you're very wise. Don't discredit that about you. Like, a lot of times the younger people that are connected to you or attached to you, it's not because they feel like, oh, I'm Carmen's age, or they feel like you're a mother figure to them because you have a motherly, nurturing vibe about you. That's why a man could fall in love with you without you even looking beautiful, because when a woman has a nurturing spirit about them,
there's a brand new AI tool that does prompt to YouTube video, as in you type in a short prompt and within
them, men fall in love with them. I always tell people all the time, I don't let men get close to me because I have a nurturing spirit, and it's not on purpose. It's just naturally,
it's who you are.
It's naturally who I am. See, a purposeful person will purposely be nurturing. But when you're just naturally nurturing,
just come out.
People fall in love with it, women and men. And you have some men that'll fall in love with you because of that. So you gotta be very specific about who you allow in and how much you give to a person when you do allow them in. Because you have a homeboy that'll fall in love with you just because of your nurturing side. And that right there also comes with a certain type of charm. And you have people that are jealous of that, and that could be a reason why, that person was jealous of you, because you have that naturally. And people want to be around you. People want to be connected to you. Like, if I say I'm gonna have a party today and really have a party, y'all ain't never seen no party of mine, like, people are gonna come because they want to be connected to that spirit, to that feeling of feeling good. Like, everywhere I go, you're gonna feel like you're at home when you're around me. You see what I'm saying? And when you have that home spirit on you, people are connected to you. So you have to be careful about what you say. You have to be careful about what you let people see. You have to be careful about who you even touch or who you even hug, because that can be contagious. So from here going out, you have to make sure that majority of your love goes to God, your children, whoever you're pastoring. You have to be guided by your pastor, whoever that is. Allow your friends to speak to you and allow God to speak to you. But most off, you have to love yourself. When you start loving yourself, oh baby, that's a whole nother level. And I see it on you too. I see it on you. I see the love on you. Your skin look good. Your hair look good. Even when you smile, you look good. Your teeth are white. All those things show. Yes, girl. I be like, girl, yes. Yeah. It's like all these things is a part of self-care, which turns into self-love is too. But your inside, you have to nurture your inside. So when you say you reading those books, you're praying, you're meditating, you're doing those type of things, those are the things that are going to help you learn and understand, this is what self-love is. And the more you love yourself, the more you're going to be able to be a protection for people like Ebony, for people like me, for people like, your kids, your friends, your family, and yourself. Because even though we're here on earth, our job is also to serve other people. And to
Hey. She's speaking when she needs to speak in here, man.
Give to other people, to protect and to love in places that we can. A protection doesn't have to mean fighting. It could mean, hey, don't talk about my friend like that. Hey, nope, I'm not gonna let you say that. I don't know what your experience was. I don't wanna hear it. I know they've been amazing to me. I'm not trying to discredit your situation, but I just don't wanna hear it because those are my friends. You see what I'm saying? And those are ways you can become better friends to people too, better friends to other people, because a lot of times we're so into the hustle and the bustle that we forget about how to be a good person to somebody else, because we're so busy trying to get the money. We think the only way we know how to help people is if I get a lot of money, I can help people. And I think you used to be like that. You used to give all of your money away. Like, you used to borrow money to give money to somebody else. So you have a giving spirit. You have that, and a lot of people don't have that. But now you have to hone in and to say, God, what part of me do you want me to give? What part of me do you want me to share? Because it's
I'm a mechanic, and I've been hearing a lot of people talk about this new diagnostic tool called Fixed. I'm a little skeptical, so
not all about money. It could be advice. It could be, you know what, I'm just gonna pop up at Ebony house. I'm just gonna pop up at Cat house. I'm just gonna pop up at Princess's house and just to check on them with me not needing nothing. I'm just gonna call to say, hey, I'm just, like you text me the other day, I was just calling to see how you was doing. I was like, good? Are you good? Is this Carmen's number? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's how I know you're starting to love yourself, because the way you know how people love themselves is how they treat other people.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
not the shallow moments where people say, oh, he's good to me when I see them every 1 second. Can you be around somebody more than 24, 48 hours and treat them good consistently? Even when they're having a bad day, even when they're going through rough times, can you do that? And then that shows, okay, you have enough self-love inside of you. The cup is full enough for you to be able to give to somebody else. And those are the type of things. But when you work on those things, that's how you do it. And I'm telling you, the way you're gonna get there quickest, I told you this before, doing what? Reading what?
Bible.
Your Bible, girl. I be telling you this all the time. And it's crazy because I know people say that. People used to tell me that all the time. I'd be like, yeah, okay, reading my Bible, reading my Bible, reading my Bible. But I know that it really did change me. So now that we're in this new chapter and, you know, talking about somebody is worse than Diddy and showing those pictures that you really, 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 like, didn't want to show, like, give me your feeling of all of those so we could just leave this conversation behind.
I feel at peace. Like, I do feel at peace to know that I spoke my truth. Like, I took advantage that I do have a voice, you know, like, because I feel like I've been hiding my voice, you know, because I didn't know how to, like, use it, or I didn't know how it was going to fix some things, you know, but now it's like, girl, you have a voice and people want to hear your voice.
Yeah.
And me, you know, sharing what I go through with my people, because there's so many females that follow me.
Yeah.
So me sharing that with them is kind of helping them to, like, girl, you can survive anything. You know what I mean? Like, you can really go through hell to just be feeling like you in heaven. You know, like, it is a thing to feel that way. So I do feel good. Like I told you, I'm finding myself, like, little by little. Like, and I see it, because sometimes I would just be in the bathroom and I just give myself, like, I would look myself in the mirror and be like, girl, what the fuck you be going through sometimes?
Yeah.
You know, like, everything can just turn out so dark so quick.
Yeah.
But when you finally start to see in the light, it just make you feel like, breathe, like, like you can breathe with not a heavy chest. You know what I mean? Yeah, like your chest is not heavy, your mind is not constantly wandering, your heart is what it needs to be. Like, it's not making you feel like, okay, what you're supposed to do, then your mind telling you a different thing.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like you have your own enemies within yourself.
Yeah, your self-talk is most important.
So I had to learn how to listen to myself and how to talk positive things to myself, instead of I was just wondering of the negative, like, what if I do this and like that? What if, you know, like, instead of saying that, what if in dark moments, I just give myself, like, grace. And I tell myself, like, girl, you do.
Dog snoring? Don't you hear it? Good dreams. Good dreams.
Doing a good job.
Yeah.
You're doing an amazing job.
Yes.
And now that people got to see that and heard some of my story, like, I'm proud of myself. You know, like, I feel
as you should be.
Yeah, like, I'm proud.
Wow. Let's toast to that.
I'm proud of myself.
You got a little bit of wine left in there to toast. A little bit. I want to leave you with this. Don't close yourself out when you're going through things.
Yeah, I have to work on that.
Stop closing yourself out and stop running away to hide your problems, and stop hiding from the people that love you, and Keep your self-talk, like you said, positive. That's the most important thing. And just remember what you did in your darkest space, how great you were.
Okay, he messing up the vibe. Who's the, hold on, wait. Elijah Smith. What y'all think about this zombie? I really don't know if it spread it anywhere yet, everywhere yet. What the hell? What is that?
Even when you were in the darkest space. Imagine how much more greater you're gonna be in a lighter space. So you gotta say this to yourself. When I was down and out and being tormented and dogged out, I was doing good from the outside. Imagine if I'm in a light space where I'm being encouraged, pumped up, excited, and happy, and I'm in a lighter space, how much more greater I'm about to be. Keep that in mind and know that you can do anything you want. Your tongue is very powerful.
Hey, speak. Let me tell you something. We are very, 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 very powerful. Only if you open up to that extent in life. Within yourself, you have to open up. Don't you're not as powerful as you. Hey, I'm telling you, we are powerful.
Those notes you writing down, those things you write down, make it make sense for what God has for you, what you have for you. Write your vision down, make it plain. It may tarry, but it will happen. So my thing is right now, from this day on out, everything you want, be intentional about it and just do it. Don't be afraid. All those insecurities you think you had, that was man-made. And the devil just used that to try to play in the playground in your head. Take it out of your head and just know that you are powerful and you can do anything you want. And once you realize that, the sky is the limit. Why you think I be doing crazy stuff? And y'all be like, what is Kat doing now? Because I have no fear. I know I can do anything I want. Even the Bible says that. So keep that in mind and just know, girl, that this album is doing good already. The song is doing good. Everything is doing good. All you can do is go up from here. So you got to keep on going. You ain't got no choice.
No choice. Select no more.
Let's end this conversation with listening to the song, cause I need to give me some.
Give me some more. Give me some more.
Yeah.
See, I just remind you babysitting yours.
Well, because you know I don't drink like that. You know, unless it's church
Special
wine.
occasion.
Unless it's church wine. Now I'm playing. No. But for
You
real.
is a hoe, dog.
Uh-oh.
I see that peaceful shit of work. I held this shit in, man.
Hold on. I'm about to turn my earphones up, baby.
Everybody know I don't feel this type of time.
Yeah.
Cool shit. Trying to move on. I'm so
Yeah.
weird as shit.
Well, let's go. Let's go.
Keep talking. You really want to do this, man? I'ma take it in. Let's go. Nigga, that's a story that you never told. If I don't tell it, they'll never know. Almost let you break my soul. How could you be so cold? I held it in for so many years. Fighting demons and shedding tears. Stay quiet while you troll. For likes, comments, and hoes.
Stay quiet while you troll.
So blind I couldn't see. I gave so much to your ass, I almost lost me. What the fuck did I ever stay so long? Guess they call it a trauma bond. All I know is I can't fit my best, but you scarred me.
Oh my God.
I really did. I really gave it my all. I gave it my best. But you know what? I ain't got shit left. That don't mean I ain't got shit left to say. Feel me? When you fuck my best friend in my bed.
Hey, nigga.
I was seeing the video of you giving her head.
Hey, nigga. Hey.
The other hoes that you cheated with, you exposed me. You a fuckboy for the way you violated me. She said
Oh.
times you went to hell and blacked my eyes.
Oh my God.
Oh.
When you made me cry.
Oh man.
And the kids out. We had nowhere to go that was so far.
Oh, y'all. Oh. Let me tell you something. That's the song. And you could tell, right there. Yeah. 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 Hey, this was a reaction, y'all. Hey, share this. Y'all have to really, I was really listening to it without saying a lot because I wanted to take everything in, man. Like, you have to focus in on yourself in life. When somebody do you wrong and you see that, now I'm not saying go the extent that she did, but she really she took every little piece of worse and bad and worse in her life and put it together to make something positive, of an outcome of what's happening now. You know what I mean? So this reaction was a beast. I'm gonna tell you that right now, man. You have to tune in on stuff like this right here because you can learn a lot from it. Just listening to it, just watching it. You know what I mean? So, hey, man. Anyways, I'm about to get up out of here because I gotta go study and be back here at 9. So we can get to reacting on Corey doing a reaction to this right here. So, yeah. Oh, boy, that was a reaction. And that song was crazy. I might play the song first before we get into the reaction on Corey's reaction, just to put some positivity on this before we get into the nitty gritty. Okay? Love y'all, man. Thank